storm. Spinning on her heel, Christina searched for some sign of what had made the noise, but she could see nothing. She strained to listen, hoping with all her heart that it was Charlotte finally coming back for her, or that maybe Jasper was rooting around, his worn old nose somehow managing to find her scent and reunite them. But with every passing second, nothing or no one revealed itself. When she heard the sharp sound of a stick snapping somewhere off to her left, she let out an involuntary gasp, her nerves pulled tighter than piano wire. "Charlotte?" she asked. "Is that you?" There was no answer. Boom! Thunder raced across the woods. In that instant, in her mind, Christina heard the voice of her father, as surely as if he were standing beside her. Over and over he had warned her about the dangers lurking in the woods around their home. Fox, wildcats, and even bears and wolves had been spotted. Animals with sharp teeth and long claws, beasts capable of tearing her flesh from the bone. While there were beasts that walked on 4 legs, there were others who walked on 2. Men who were sick, who were desperate and depraved enough to hurt a little girl. "Charlotte!" Her voice trailed, her eyes wide with fright. When the leaves again began to rustle, Christina didn't wait to see if anything emerged from the brush. At the first sound, she was off running, blindly careening through chokeberry shrubs, plunging past 9-bark bushes, and trampling baneberry flowers beneath her feet. Branches struck her face and arms as clinging nettles pulled at the fabric of her blouse and skirt, but still she kept going, her legs pumping furiously, desperate to get away from what was surely right behind her, breathing down her neck. Ducking beneath a low-hanging branch, Christina bumped it, sending a cascade of water plunging down onto her head. She was so panicked that she ignored it, desperate to keep running. Her breath was ragged, her vision blurry with rainwater, and her arm ached from a long, thin cut sliced by a thorn, but nothing mattered except getting away as fast as she could. Boom! The storm continued relentlessly to pound the forest. "Charlotte! Where are you, Charlotte?" On and on Christina ran, never slowing, never looking back, just running, running. She had never been as resourceful or level-headed as Charlotte, never calm in a crisis. There was no way to keep Christina's emotions from running out of control. Thoughts rushed through her as fast as the trees she dashed past. Horror at what was the source of the sounds that were closing quickly behind her. Worry that she wasn't going in the right direction but running away from the safety she so desperately sought. The image of her mother, pacing before the window, wondering why her daughters weren't home. Just as Christina was about to jump over a rotting tree stump, her feet suddenly flew out from under her and she crashed down onto the muddy ground. She fell hard, sliding on her front, the muck coating her clothes and face. "Oof!" she gasped as the air was driven from her chest. Desperately, she struggled to get back to her feet. Under the relentless driving rain, her hands grabbed fistfuls of wet earth. Over and over she tried to gain purchase as she pushed her feet, then slid, then pushed again before falling. No matter what, she refused to look back, to have to watch as what she had been running from finally caught up to her. "I won't let him catch me. I won't. I won't." It was then, just as Christina was about to scream, that she heard a dog bark. The sound was close, cutting through the raging storm and getting closer. Jasper! And wherever he was, her sister was surely nearby. Before Christina could call out either of their names, the bush beside her rustled and parted, revealing her sister. Soaking wet from the storm, Charlotte Tucker's blonde curls cascaded down the front of her once white blouse, now caked with streaks of dark mud. Her hands and arms were scratched and dirty, but from the broad smile on her face it was obvious that she didn't care in the slightest. Right behind her came Jasper, his tan coat wet and matted, his tongue lolling sideways out of his mouth. Panting without pause, he scurried over to where Christina lay and nuzzled his nose in